It's as if he'd been born with wings. Toni Bender is in the air almost every day. He's an expert at finding air currents that take him upwards, way up. This is Innsbruck in the Austrian Alps. Bad weather is expected, but for Bender, bad weather is sometimes good. He often tests paragliders under extreme conditions. Today, a cold front with westerly winds and thunderstorms is on the way. Mistakes could have fatal consequences.
The dangerous part about paragliding is when you're just above the ground. So I always pay special attention to the first 30 or 40 seconds to make sure nothing's wrong then. And then as soon as I'm 50 to 100 meters above ground, I can use my safety valve.
Tony's reserve parachutes are his safety valve. They're stowed in a harness on his back and could be essential in an emergency. Bender's Paraglider is a prototype whose dimensions are 2.5 by 11 meters of nylon. Bender's employer is a paraglider maker near Innsbruck. Here he discusses his test flights with the developers. This paraglider will cost about €3,000 if it passes all the tests. It's marketed to experienced flyers.
At the first German championships, we were stunned how Toni kept himself in the air. Whoever gets into the air first can watch the others from above. All the others flew from the takeoff point to the landing point, and Toni stayed in the air for 3/4 of an hour. That was incredible. So from the start, we were Toni Bender fans.
But Toni Bender doesn't just rise, he also falls. In his test flights, he has to put himself into situations that are every pilot's worst nightmare, like a collapsing canopy and a deep plunge. One of his greatest achievements was crossing the Alps without an engine. In all, as he rose and descended over the mountain range, he had to negotiate 40,000 metres of altitude. But his passion involves risks. He's broken various bones at various times.
When I'm up there hanging under a paraglider and don't know what it's going to do, I feel pretty uneasy and frightened. But when I'm testing one and trying all the maneuvers and know it's okay and that it can be controlled, I feel safe, I'm fine.
Bender's last test flight of the day. He glides into the Inntal Valley. He completes about 200 test flights with the paraglider before it goes on the market.
There was a lot of wind just now. It steers well, it's fast, it has good forward motion, it glides well. I'm very satisfied with it.
Toni Bender says he wants to paraglide for many years to come because he only really feels at home in the sky.